Hey everyone, I am back. Video number 2. As I promised yesterday, I'm feeling pretty good about making this video. Yesterday, when I made the first video, I was really nervous. Um, Not everybody knows about my struggle, and YouTube is a public place, but as I said yesterday, I think more awareness need to be brought to infertility. So anyhow, today is cycle day 15, and I said yesterday that I was hoping that my ovulation test would be positive today. I am on 100 milligrams of Clomid, or at least I took it days 3 through 7 of my cycle this month. So I'm not on it right now, but I'm just waiting to ovulate. And because I'm on 100 milligrams versus 50 milligrams last month, my fertility specialist wants my ovulation date to move up to around cycle day 14 or 15 versus cycle day 21 or 22 from last month. So took a test this morning and it was negative. So yeah, I mean, what can you do? But I look at the test. I use the digital one, but once you pull the test strip out of the actual tester, it shows 2 lines just like most other ovulation tests. So my line from yesterday was really light and barely there. You could hardly see it. And today it's a visible line. So I'm getting there and I am hopeful and I'm feeling good about this cycle. So I'm not going to stress too much, just going to wait it out. But hopefully within the next couple of days or so, we'll see some actual movement. So with that being said, I wanted to give you guys a little bit more background on me and go a little bit deeper than I did yesterday. So early on as a young girl, I knew that I wanted to be someone's mom. And, you know, I kind of helped raise my brothers as my own. And I just knew that I was meant to be somebody's mother. But with me being so insecure about my weight, about my look, about my hair, just whatever, I didn't think that guys were really attracted to me for a long period of time until I hit about 15 or 16. Then guys started being interested in me, but nothing substantial to where I just felt like, you know, someone would want to be with me and have a baby with me. So I put it out of my mind. And when I was about 17, I went to a place called Job Corps. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Job Corps, but it's like if you weren't doing good in school, which I wasn't, not because I wasn't smart, but because I just wasn't going. I had a lot of things going on in my life early on with my parents to where I wasn't always in a stable environment. So when I turned 17, I decided to go to this place, Job Corps, that would help you get a GED and trade, whatever kind of trade you wanted that they offered. So I went to Job Corps and I met a guy there and we dated the whole time I was there, which was about 10 months. I completed the program very fast. I got my GED around 2 weeks after getting there. I completed my first trade in about 6 weeks, and then I did another trade because I hadn't been there that long. So did that, and like I said, so I stayed there about 9 or 10 months. Met this guy. We were dating, just like campus dating, no physical stuff going on. Kissing, holding hands, of course, but that was about it. So once I got out of the program and I came back to my state where I lived, the guy that I was dating at the time, he came and visited me for about a week and a half, and it was around my birthday. My birthday is on Valentine's Day, and we had sex the whole week. And then he left and he went back because he was still in the program. And I want to say about maybe 3 or 4 weeks later, my roommate said, "Nikki, you're pregnant." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" I didn't have any type of symptoms or anything to make her think that I was pregnant. And my cycles were always a little irregular, so I could never base it around that. So I was like, "I'll prove to you that I'm not pregnant. We're going to go and get a pregnancy test." So I went and got a pregnancy test, took the test, and voila, I was pregnant. And I could not believe that I was pregnant. And I was scared and nervous. I was working at a nursing home, and I didn't know what that meant as far as my job. And I was 18 at the time, and I was like, my mom is going to be mad at me. Even though I was 18, it's like, this isn't what she wanted me to do. But nevertheless, I was so excited, and I just couldn't wait. So fast forward, I stopped working at the nursing home. I was really, really sick the whole time I was pregnant. I had really bad morning sickness. I couldn't even hold down water. And I had to move back in with my mom because I couldn't take care of my bills without working. So moved back in with my mom. My mom's twin sister was living with her as well. Or she moved in after I moved in. I can't really remember, but she was living there. And for some reason, she has been jealous of me her whole life. I don't know why, but she has. So she started an argument with me that led into a fight, or her fighting me. And I was about almost 6 months pregnant. And she pushed me and hit me, things of that nature. So I went to the hospital after getting away from her, and the cops came and said that if they arrested her, they would have to arrest me too, because it was domestic, being that we were family. And I'm like, but I didn't start anything with her. But anyhow, I went to the hospital, and they said everything is fine, the baby is fine, just go home and relax. And so I went home, and I had another appointment about 2 days later anyway, where I was going to find out the gender. And so when I went to that appointment, I'm sorry guys, I went to that appointment, my mom went with me, and I was on the table, and the ultrasound technician came in to do the ultrasound. So they have a technician, and then a doctor comes in after them. And when she was rolling the little thing around on my stomach, I could tell that something was wrong. And she said, "I gotta go and get the doctor." And I asked her, I was like, "Is something wrong?" And she said, "I gotta go and get the doctor." And I just knew. So the doctor came and confirmed my worst fears, that my baby's heart had stopped beating, and that I needed to admit myself into the hospital and have my labor induced, because I was too far along for the baby to just pass naturally. And so yeah, I admitted myself later on that night, and I was in labor for 24 hours. Very painful, emotionally and physically, knowing that I was in labor, but to deliver a child that wasn't living. And so ever since then, I have just been devastated and wanting another child so bad, and it just haven't been happening. And some days I just don't know how much more of this I can take. Some days I want to give up. Some days I'm angry. Some days I'm okay. Some days I see someone announce that they're pregnant and it crushes me. Some days I feel like my other half don't have a clue as to how this feels, because he has a daughter. He has an 11-year-old daughter. But I try and keep the faith and try and keep pushing. They say never give up on something that you can't go a day without thinking about. And that's how I feel about me having a baby. Me and my other half have also talked about adoption. I would love to adopt a child, but as selfish as it may sound, I really want my own baby as well. I want something that I know has my genealogy in it. And if that's selfish, then hey, I'm selfish, but I just want my own baby. And then, I can also spread love to children that's less fortunate. So anyhow, that's a little bit about what I've been through, and there's more to the story. And hopefully you guys will tune in and subscribe and keep up with me, so I can fill you guys in on a little bit more about what I've been through, some of the procedures that I've had to have done, and things of that nature. So I'm also going to try and attach a picture of my ovulation test. Hopefully I know what I'm doing. I'm not really savvy with technology, but I'll try. And tomorrow is cycle day 16. Hoping for some movement, hoping that I get a positive tomorrow, which still means that I won't ovulate until about 12 to 36 hours after that test. So tomorrow, positive test, and ovulate around the next day or two. So anyhow, guys, please tune in. Thank you guys for watching. Anybody that is watching this, tell a friend about me, about my channel, and I appreciate you guys. Thanks.